me see if this. All right, it's still recording. They were asking about Wendell Blue Norris, and I think
Yeah,
he had an issue. Wasn't he the one who? There was a split, and one of them it was blue, and you know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, they want to know about
Yeah, what
the
happened is, yeah, there was a split. You
yeah.
had Blue, Big Blue, Wendell Norris, and then you had Johnny Stinson and all them on the other side. So what happened is some were trying to get away from drugs, and other ones weren't. Some were in Folsom, the other ones were in Clinton, I believe. And they had like two factions. Okay, now I know Blue was using a lot of fucking dope. Blue was kind of setting up his own little set, right? So it was probably maybe the other set that was trying to get away from drugs. So they started calling that other set, the ones that wanted to be drug free, the Jerry Falwells. There was a fucking issue on that, just kind of a little slur. All the other Jerry Falwell ballers. And a little side note on that is, listen, me and Barry used to have conversations about drugs all the time. Listen, I'm not a drug addict. I've used a lot of drugs in my life, sold a lot of more, but I'm not a dope fiend. I've never been that. So, what we used to have conversations about, and I tell them, listen, if you're trying to get a drug addict, a hope to die motherfucking dope fiend, and tell him he can't use drugs no more if he's part of this organization. In my perspective, my opinion, that's an error because you can't tell someone that's been dependent on drugs all their life until they actually heal themselves and get away from that shit, just drop drugs. It's not going to happen. So there's an intermediate spot. I says, listen, so my position is this. Tell people if you're going to use, you use, but you use on your own time. Don't use drugs on brand time. And don't contaminate the brand with your drug shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So kind of separate that way. So anyhow, Blue and them were separated. Then Blue was kind of like forming his own motherfucking crew. And there was static between these guys and these different sets. And then Blue ended up down in CASHAPP, and I think it was 2003 or early 2004 when he killed himself. They said he killed himself.
They
And okay, the word I got on it was he was just, you know, he was strung out on a lot of fucking heroin. He's getting a lot of heroin in. And heroin will fucking destroy your soul. You just get strung out all the way on it, you're just done. And so I guess the life was leaving him. The will to really go on, to keep fighting, go on, was apparently leaving him. He was Odin was the Satru, and in his mind somehow, to get into the halls of Odin, of Valhalla and all that, you had to die by the sword. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm not a Satru. I'm the SS. I'm Shiva Shakti. I'm Kashmir Shaivism, the Yogacara, the Northern Buddhist schools, the esoteric shit, right? But to my understanding, if you're going to get into Valhalla by the sword, you got to die in the battlefield.
yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah,
suicide
suicide. You go
getting
to,
you there,
they
right?
send you to hell. I don't say I'm an Odinist, but I'm Norse. That's my beliefs, and you have to die in the battlefield by the sword of someone else. Suicide's not accepted. You know, the Valkyries will leave you on the field.
Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, see, Blue was always trying to get away too. He's with the hook and ladder game, right? I mean, he's trying to escape. He motherfucking comes out of the ass, shoot down on the transport cops. I mean, he was with it. So I don't know. I mean, sometimes people get burned out and tired, right? Just burned out. And if you're using dope, heroin, that would suck the life out of your soul, man. So maybe he just got so beat down from the combinations of all that stuff that his only recourse in his mind is to escape it through this door obscure. Here's the problem with that. First of all, the message I got what he did is he pulled a bunch of tar heroin out of the package and stuffed it up his ass so it'd be absorbed into his fucking ass, and he skin popped a bunch of it into just shooting it right into the muscle. Then he shot somebody. He didn't want to be, nodding because he had to take care of business. Then he took his own teeth, stabbed himself multiple times in the chest, then fell down and landed on a piece buried in his chest. And then I was told there was a couple of guys behind him with pieces to finish the job, and they blew his back out, and then they split. So that's what I was told.
Okay, so just to clarify, John had got the wrong story, but I wanted to let him keep going. What really happened to Wendell, and I got this from a very, very, very reliable source who is same age and everything, that he actually ran into the crowd of his opposition and they did him in that way. He didn't do seppuku or fall on his knife. Also, I believe Robert Blinky Griffin was the guy he was going at it with. I don't know if Stinson was on his side. That's the first time I ever heard Stinson was involved in this.
That he actually had a couple guys on standby to finish the job. That's like in the Japanese shit when you commit seppuku, you gut yourself, and then you got the guy behind you with the fucking sword that can takes your head off, right? So, but like I say, first of all, I'm not oldness, but I don't think you can get into the halls of Valhalla. I don't think the Valkyrie is going to take you up to paradise for killing yourself.
No.
Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is this. I know about the after-death state. I'm a monk. I'm a yogi. Barry used to tell the other brothers, they say, man, what's up with John? Barry tell him, John's different. John's like a warrior monk. John's whole thing is this deep esoteric, going beyond body consciousness, deep meditations, introspection, the journeys. He studies all that secret shit. That's the stuff he does. But he's a warrior. He's with business on, the old Sapo at the end, he used to call me Big John McGurk. He'd say, Big John comes down from the mountain, puts in that fucking work, and it goes back up into the fucking mountain, right? So, that's it. That was my thing. But I know something about suicide. And it's like the old saying is, wherever you go, what stays the same? It's you. I don't care if you're here in China on the other side of the motherfucking universe or in the post-mortem realm, beyond this objective reality consciousness. When you go into the subjective state, you go in there and your experiences in the post-mortem state is in the Linga Srira or your astral body. And it's also called the Purgastaka or City of Eight. It's your five subtle senses, your ego consciousness, the ahamkar, the bodhi, the pure intellect, and the field of mind. With the field of mind is the memory banks. The memory banks don't die with this body. They're in your subtle body that drops his body and heads out. So what you're carrying in your memory bank down, and so, okay, brother, check it out. I get it. I get where you're at. This, that, blah, blah, blah. Now let me give you some deeper game on the death process. First of all, there's no such thing as death. We drop the bodies. All there are is transitional state of consciousness changing its vibrational rate and reclothing itself in its own energies as different bodies at different levels of becoming. So I'm going to give you the game on this. So if you're suffering, I'm going to show you how to heal yourself. And once you heal yourself and you understand your true nature, you are Sat Chidananda. Sat is the truth. Chit or Chitty is Shiva, the first one. It's universal consciousness, is brilliant, blazing light of consciousness and the creative life force of the universe itself. And the sensation of it in that pure state is Ananda, unconditioned rapture, bliss, ecstasy, love, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's what you are at your deepest level, right here, right now. You don't experience that because you experience Sat Chidananda, because you identify with the experience or the thought form and define it as suffering. So you experience it as you believe it to be.
So
I teach motherfuckers how to heal.
So John, um, we're talking about the monks and all this stuff, right? There was a question that I just looked up. It was about Clay Fountain becoming a. Did he follow in your footsteps and become like a warrior monk or something, or a Christian?
Here's what happened. I'll tell you what happened with Clay. Here's what happened. Clay was a good friend of mine. Okay. Then he got caught up, messed up. Then he went down to solitary in Springfield, Missouri. 2-1 East, built a special cell. Okay, there's a guy visiting him, a professor named David Ward that's visiting him. So I told David Ward to tell him something. on how to start meditating, to open up, to activate the spiritual energies, and how to open up the third eye. Which, by the way, the third eye, that's that tunnel of white light motherfuckers are always talking about in the near-death experience. Oh, I went through this tunnel of light. Yeah, you ain't got to die to go through there, man. I teach motherfuckers the secret tantric shit, how to open that stuff. Okay. Then he was doing that. So check this out. This is real shit here. I swear this. Everything I tell you is straight up. I don't lie. I don't have to lie. I don't have to use shit up. And then I just tell you how the shit is, right? So Clay started doing this stuff. And this is him from now on until he drops that body. He's in that little spot. They put boilerplate over the windows. You can't see no sunlight. Can't see shit. He started doing that. Then naturally, because he's in a Judeo-Christian society, that this nation was founded on that. There's other little religions, but it was founded on that. So he doesn't really know other things to reach out to or go into. It's basically permeated and saturated with Judeo-Christian stuff, the Jesus stuff and whatever else. Because everybody's shit has been stolen from them throughout time through the pushing of this Judeo-Christian stuff. They went all throughout Europe. They burned them at stakes, killed them, all that said you're demon worshippers, and through spiritual terrorism and enslavement and indoctrination made them get on their knees and start praying to a motherfucker that they said died for them because they're such filthy sinners. Okay, so once you're born in a system like that, you don't know anything else. So you start following that. So check it out. He started doing that. He became a Christian, kind of like a hermit thing and all that. And then he was trying to get buried in that spot with him and all that. But he opened up his shit, his third eye. So listen, fast forward. I'm in motherfucking Pelican Bay in the shoe, and I'm in fucking second tier, and motherfucking I'm sitting there and I've been doing a lot of deep meditation stuff. And all of a sudden I hear Clay holler to me. This is straight up. He said, Brother John. And I looked and I thought, fuck, I got up in front of the sun. Look, I'm on the second tier, but one right up near the gun tower. I can look down. I'm thinking they're bringing Clay in my pod. And I hear him again, Brother John. I hear him clear as day. I know his voice. And I'm looking, I can't find him. I didn't know because I was in the ether state, the Vishuddha chakra in the throat. That's an ether state beyond the conscious, beyond the fucking atmosphere of this planet. Is the ether state. But you said that it functions clear there. It's hearing and communication. You can also go to Chandra Loka there and communicate there. All monks know about this. All real yogis know about this. Clay had just died. I didn't know it. I found out later. He just died. I found out with that professor that was with him. He had just died, and he did a drive-by when he went by. He's hollering to me, Brother John, brother, straight up. Hey, Sam, I'm telling you straight up. That's real shit. So he had just brought his fucking body. So the thing is, there's no death, man. You are going into the worlds you're creating right now, and the worlds you're creating right now, you're carrying them within yourself. So that's what that is. So that's what happened with Clay. So